Guys, and how are you doing today? Today I'll be reacting to how gum is made, so I'll get straight into it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, I'm with my friend Brendan here.
Benny.
You probably know him from the last video. Right, let's get started.
It all starts with the gum base, the stuff that makes gum chewy.
Oh, that looks like sand.
Traditionally, the base came
Looks
from
like a
tree
bubble.
resin. Today it's synthetic, made of plastics and rubbers.
What?
They pour the gum base into a mixer, then add color and flavoring.
Looks like cherries.
As it begins mixing, they pour in glucose syrup, a sweetener. Because it's liquid, it helps keep the gum base soft. Next, they add dextrose, a powdered sweetener. They blend the ingredients for about 20 minutes. The stirring action builds up heat, which melts everything together.
Oh my god. That's so satisfying.
After looking at that, I want to look in there.
I think I have some in my pocket. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, but it's not as nice as that purple one. Or pink one even.
Just look really nice.
The mixture's ready when it reaches the consistency of bread dough. They transfer it by cart to a machine called the pre-extruder. The machine squeezes the mixture through a narrow opening, like squeezing toothpaste from the tube. This transforms the big, bulky wad into thin, manageable strips that can then go through the extruders.
What are these names?
The extruders squeeze each strip down to the actual width of a piece of bubble gum. It comes out as one long, continuous stream, to be cut into bite-sized pieces later on.
So long.
This extrusion process heats up the gum. If they were to cut and wrap it now, it would stick to the wrapper. So the next stop is a cooling chamber. The gum goes in for 15 minutes at temperatures between 37 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's them! They're in the corner. Wow.
When the bubble gum comes out, it's cooled down enough for what they call the cut and wrap.
Oh, them chewing gums are so
One machine
nice.
does both jobs in a fraction of a second. Watch the action in slow motion. As the continuous stream of gum enters on one end, the machine cuts it into bite-sized pieces, pushes each piece into a wax paper wrapper, then twists both ends of the wrapper closed. The mixture's ready when it reaches the consistency of bread dough.
That'll be it. Well, wait. How Jawbreakers break jaws. Wait, we might do
This is like
candy canes or hot dogs. Which one, Brendan?
hot dogs.
Yeah. Which one will we do? Candy canes.
No, you want to do hot dog because we don't like.
So guys, this is going to be how hot dogs are made.
But most likely it
jeez.
was German sausage makers who first came up with the idea. In fact, there are reports of German immigrants selling them from push carts in New York's Bowery as far back as the 1860s. A century and a half later, hot dogs are still the #1 treat on the street. Traditional hot dogs are made from a mix of pork, beef, and chicken. The cuts they start with are called trimmings, pieces of meat left over from cutting steaks or pork
That's
chops.
so weird.
Oh, that's disgusting. And I ate that.
The trimmings are ground the same way butchers chop up hamburger meat, by pushing the cuts through grated metal plates.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Processed chicken trimmings are added to the ground meat. followed by food starch,
That just
salt,
looks awkward.
and other flavorings.
Brown mustard.
These flavorings vary depending on where the hot dogs are to be sold, because people in different regions have different tastes. Water is sprayed into the mix, and everything is blended together in a big vat.
That's so awkward. That's so satisfying to eat.
Corn syrup adds a dash of sweetness.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's actually so cool.
The addition of even more water helps to disperse the ingredients and make the hot dogs juicier. Another machine then purees the meat batter into a fine emulsion and vacuums out any air.
That's a pig. Thank you.
That's you.
Long rolls of cellulose tubing are loaded into the stuffing machine.
Stubbing.
It pumps the meat puree into these casings, twisting it every 5 1/4 inches, the length of one hot dog. It takes just 35 seconds to make a chain of hot dogs that would span a soccer field twice.
Jeez.
So fast. Back from Frankie.
Then, 3 of those hot dog chains are linked together to make an even
God,
longer
that's so
string,
cool.
and they're loaded several at a time into another machine, which drapes the hot dogs onto moving racks. The process is carefully timed so that a twist always lands on the bar.
They'd have to be carefully timed.
The racks shunt the hot dogs through a liquid smoke shower, then into an oven with several cooking zones. The liquid smoke seeps through the casing and adds flavor to the dogs as they bake.
Adds flavor to the dogs.
Hot out of the oven, these franks are drenched in cold, salty water to chill them in preparation for packaging.
It's actually quite a long
The hot
process.
dogs then file down to an unloading zone.
I don't think
Here, a machine
anything's
pulls
done by
them off the
hand.
bars onto a conveyor. Then, the hot dogs slide off the conveyor into metal containers. If you've been wondering about those black stripes on the casings, all is about to be revealed. The stripe is a marker attached to the casing. The absence of a black stripe means the hot dog is cooked and ready for packaging. Inside the peeler machine, a tiny knife slits each casing along the top. Then, steamy air blows the casings right off the dogs. This machine peels 700 hot dogs a minute.
Oh my god! 700 hot dogs a minute?
An
Brendan.
inspector makes sure the casing has been completely removed and that there are no defects in the dogs. Then, it's into a device that looks like a plastic bicycle chain. The sprockets position the hot dogs for packaging. This factory manufactures an incredible 300,000 hot dogs an hour. That's close to 2.5 million per shift.
Hot dogs an hour.
They really do churn them out like sausages. Fire up the grill and a mouth-watering meal is just minutes away.
I want a hot dog now as well.
Right, so guys, that's gonna have to wrap it up for now. So, peace.